Welcome to Fritham Junction. It's a Great Western Railway layout set in the mid-1940s, just after the war. And it's around the Oxford area, sometimes north of Oxford, sometimes south of Oxford, depending on what we're going to run. It's got a twin track main line and a branch line as well as a goods loop and these sidings that you can see in front of you. But if I start with the fiddle yard, there's three loops for every each of the main lines, and then two for the branch line, as well as these two sidings off the up main line as well, just to provide an extra bit of storage and make a good amount of space. Okay, so you'll see the fiddle yard is on a U. The layout is also about chest height. It's about 1.60 m off the ground, so you get a nice viewing height, and you can look through the layout rather than down on it. So this is the first board, signal box. This is the first board I built during lockdown. You'll see the branch line emerging out of the tunnel and the twin track main line as well. Okay. So this board is about 70 to 80% done, just a bit of detailing to go. Okay, it's quite a narrow board, so it allows hopefully a bit of scenic run without taking up too much space. Okay, there's a canal and a road that goes underneath, and then comes round here. Okay. This back scene's obviously not finished, so the further we go this way, there's more there is to do. The turntable needs a bit of a repair. There's a lost contact there on one of the rails, so we're not quite up and working. You'll see a 280 in the goods loop, waiting to depart. With the loco shed, whilst it's relatively small, I wanted it to hint at something a bit bigger, so I managed to develop and build this Digitracks kit for the coaling stage, which looks great down the end there. I can show you a little bit more here. There's a roadway again that's nowhere near finished, that will head up to the goods yard, and all this scenic stuff needs developing. Okay, goes round to the goods shed. Again, it's another Digitracks kit. You'll see it from the other side in a second, but if we can put the lights on, you'll see there's quite a lot of detailing inside. Oh, the lights won't go on because I haven't quite switched it on yet, but I'll do that when we go around the other side. Okay, and then here's the other boards going back round. Okay, if we go under the layout, because it's higher, it allows for a bit more space underneath. Essential for all railway modelling is a well-stocked fridge. Unfortunately not particularly well stocked at the moment. Okay, so this is looking from by the shed door. You can see the main lines going round to the tunnel, to that first board. I quite enjoy this as a good place to view the layout and watch trains go round. And again, there's the coaling stage. If we switch the lights on, you'll see inside there's quite a lot of detailing that we've managed to put in. Like that. So they're all working lights underneath and on top as well. Okay. So what the signal box still isn't finished, that's a to-do. I think the last video update I hadn't got as far as ballasting beyond here. So things that have changed starting from this end would be, I've put together a little bit of a fascia which sits on here. Okay, I've gone to Digitracks away from the Hornby Elite. Some added bonuses, somewhere to put the tea or a cold beer, whichever it is. I've also finished the goods shed, the engine shed, which again you can see here with quite a lot of detailing in. So So if I move this loco out, pop that one back, you should be able to see all the detailing in the engine shed. There it is. And took quite a bit of time and a little bit fiddly, but worth the effort. I've also put in some temporary mimic boards. So we do have working signals, and also you can operate the points. The points are all on DCC Concepts, Cobalt IP digital point motors, but you can make mimic boards off them. So all the points can be operated either by the DCC system or by the mimic board up here. So this is a nice little place to sit. There's a little stool down there for anyone who wants to sit here and run trains and do things from here. Okay, so all this has been updated. So I've finished all the ballasting and the loco shed. I've ballasted through here, installed the signals as well. So these should be working. Let's move, put one on or off. This one should go on and off. There it goes. The lights are all in on the platform. They're all working. The goods loop is working as well, so you can see the vans in the goods loop, and then there's a short freight in the station for the branch platform, as well as the sidings and a cattle dock just there. There's a bit of work to do. Three of the lamps aren't working underneath the goods shed, so I need to take that out and up and fix those at some point soon, so that's a job to do. But all the signals are in. The station building's largely finished. So yeah, so probably again 70–80% done up this end, but a bit more detailing. I want to put some sort of yard lamps in. I've got a water crane as well to go in here. Again, in terms of the layout, you can see there's the two main lines. There's also a bay platform at this end, and a siding here which has got the breakdown train in and the crane on as well. Yeah, so signal box to finish, and a load of detailing, but again 70–80% there, and there's the goods shed as well, all lit up. Okay, so we'll go back under the baseboards. I've managed to put carpet down in here as well now, so it's a bit warmer. Okay, so over here, these are the sidings. Again, in some of the other videos I've shown how I've done the ballasting for those, but I think they look quite good, particularly looking through the layout and from sideways. Probably put a little bit of grass down in different places, patchy grass, just to make it look a little bit more authentic and realistic. The footbridge I've completed as well. It's an Osborne Models kit. Again, really happy with it. I had some signs made up as well for the platform, the Fritham Junction piece. Water cranes on, but I think that was on in the last video. Signals are in, a bit of a finish off that bit and tidy that up where that signal sits. That's the main station building. Yeah, not entirely finished yet. A lot of weathering to be done and tidying up, but for all intents and purposes, it's pretty much there. Yeah, and that's this bit. Okay, again, what I've done is create another operating position here. So I put a temporary mimic board in, just so you control the points that are around the sidings and shunt from here without having to use the DCC numbers and stuff, because it just sometimes changing those on the handset can be a little bit of a faff. So moving this way, this is going to be down to a little coal yard. There's some coal drops. There weren't many on the GWR, but I've got a bit of modeller's license, and there were some at Bridge North as well, so I'll be kind of putting some coal drops in there, a few moving the mug and the old loco, probably some houses here just to create a scene where you can look through down a road, coal drops in the background, and then other locos and the layout in further off. And then down here we're going to have a little embankment, but that will be a line of terrace houses that then go down towards the station with a pathway, so there'll be a rear view of the houses rather than the front. So yeah, and then you can see the head shunt just coming around here alongside the main line, and the head shunt will go around the front of the fiddle yard, so there should be sort of a 360-degree view. So there'll be like a small scenic section just around here at the back of this, and the head shunt will come all the way around to there. Okay, in case we get lost, we've got a map of the Great Western Railway up there as well. Okay, and again, another coffee beer station just in case. So that's just a very quick layout tour. I've got some a video to put together at some point, but it's been pretty manic recently, so I haven't had too much time, but I will try and get that together with a bit more detail on how I've done the goods shed, the loco shed, the platforms, the ballasting all round the platform, and a load of other work that I can't quite remember at the moment, but it is coming together. I feel a lot better than I did about 3 months ago when I'd done absolutely nothing, so it's great to get it going. All the trains are working, well, the majority of them. There is a naughty train box which has got a few repairs in, but for all intensive purposes it's working fine. I hope this gives everyone who's asked for an update a bit of a view. Sorry it's been so long, but we'll try and get a bit more going in due course. Okay, many thanks. Have a good one.